Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, like, subscribe, I know you wanna. So honestly, it's been a while since I've spoken about Jake Webber, Tariami, Johnny Gilbert, Carrington, you know, all of those good little fun group of people. As honestly, they just haven't really been doing much. So, you know, I've just been focusing on other people for a while. But as always, something comes out of the blue and all the gossip starts. What has happened? This TikTok has been going viral. Someone who allegedly found tweets of one of Jake Webber's ex-girlfriends. This is someone who he dated before Tariami, and the tweet shows Jake Webber allegedly being violent towards it in the relationship. Here's the clip of that TikTok right here for you guys. Now, I myself done some deep diving on a Twitter account because I wanted to verify this. You know, in the days of AI, you got to be very vigilant with what you see and what you put out there on the internet. So I thought, let me go and do my fact checking myself. And honestly, I was actually quite shocked. So those tweets in that video do not say Jake Webber's name. So originally I was like, this could be any old girl talking about some boyfriend from 2017 who was called Jake. Doesn't necessarily mean it's Jake Webber. But there was actually a tweet that I found with the girl actually saying Jake Webber's name in the tweet. And you guys can find all of this yourself. Literally find the girl's Twitter account and type in Jake in the search bar and everything will come up. And it looks like they were dating between 2017 and 2018. Well, you know, once again, makes complete sense because the timeline all adds up. In 2019 is when Jake Webber started dating Tariami, so it all makes sense. And also, these tweets cannot be faked. They are actually on their account and they are from 2017. They're not screenshots, etc. They're from the actual account themselves. Obviously, what I'm showing you guys are screenshots, but like I said, you guys can go on the Twitter account yourself and find it if you want to, if the person doesn't delete them, of course. It's also interesting to know that many of the girl's recent tweets on that account barely have any engagement, but her tweets from 2017-2019 were getting hundreds of likes, which would make sense as at the time she would have been dating Jake Webber, who was becoming more well-known on Vine and YouTube. I'm sure Jake Webber in 2017 had a small fan base of followers, so it just makes sense that people may have figured out or somehow knew that this girl was dating Jake Webber at the time, even if he is somewhat keeping it private. As in, I didn't follow Jake Webber's Vines, maybe he'd done a Vine with the girlfriend in it, who knows. And now, of course, they're obviously not together anymore and everyone has lost interest in this account. And as you can tell from around 2020, her tweets have just stopped getting engagement because obviously she hasn't been dating anyone well known, so people have just forgotten about her. And as we know, Jake Webber and Tariami really got really big together and they became very well known together and everyone got very invested in that relationship, so people completely forgot about any of their exes. Another thing that was strange, that ever since this TikTok started going viral of Jake Webber's alleged ex making these tweets, this girl has not tweeted anything about it. Like, if it wasn't actually Jake Webber she dated and you knew your account was getting all this traffic recently, wouldn't you say something publicly like this was a joke from a few years ago, I was a fan of Jake Webber, we didn't actually date, etc, etc, just to like clear things up? But she hasn't, and I think that's quite telling, in my opinion, that everything everyone's discussing is true. Like, she did actually date Jake Webber in 2017, 2018. I mean, the tweets are very, very compelling. The whole timeline adds up. She mentions Jake Webber's name. She's even talking about Jake Webber and Tariami dating with each other. She's even making tweets about Jake Webber moving to LA and that apparently she's getting all these memories on Snapchat that's hard for her to deal with. It was like the year anniversary of when Jake Webber first moved to LA. Where's Jake Webber from again? Isn't it Kansas? So she's obviously dating Jake Webber in his hometown. Wherever that is, I think it's Kansas, but I could be wrong. There's also a tweet where I noticed in the comments some people, assumably fans I would guess, at the time were speculating about their relationship and they thought they had broken up, etc. Everything just adds up that they were definitely dating around the time, and the girlfriend, the alleged ex-girlfriend, had a little following at the time because she was obviously dating Jake Webber, and you can literally just see fans commenting on the tweets from around that time period. Everything just adds up basically, guys. But probably the craziest thing is that as those first tweets we saw in the TikTok clip alluded to, that Jake Webber was potentially abusive to her, I actually ended up finding even more tweets of her saying how Jake Webber was abusive to her, which just makes the whole situation more and more wild. This one says how she asked where dinner was after Jake Webber saying that she was going to make her dinner, and he answers by throwing a bag of almonds on her. So, and look, it could just be them like play fighting and, you know, couples do silly stuff like that. That with like all the other tweets of him hurting her allegedly isn't a very good look. There's multiple tweets, multiple different occasions, multiple different dates of Jake Webber allegedly abusing this girl. And overall, since that from the tweets, the relationship would have been a little all over the place as well. Like, I don't think they actually got on that well from what I can see. Obviously, it's just Twitter. I believe they're probably teenagers at the time, so, you know, anyone can be saying anything. Obviously, this is all alleged, this is all speculation, but I'm just giving you guys the facts of this situation currently. But she was tweeting in 2017 as well that good night to everyone but Jake Webber, so they're obviously having another fight, or maybe she was just being silly and tweeting it. Who knows? Who knows? But it didn't seem like they were always in the best of places when they were dating throughout 2017, 2018. Like, they would have fights now and then, it looked like. But once again, probably like every teenage couple was probably like, you know, arguing with their partner now and then. But as you guys can imagine, this story has blown up online. Everyone's been talking about it. Multiple people have been sending it to me on Instagram for me to cover it. I was like, right, okay, let me get the notes down. Let me start the video, honey. Okay, this is blowing up. And the whole thing just looks very suspicious as well, because it isn't that long ago that Jake Webber was being accused of potentially abusing Kenzie Labai, or Luby, however you say her last name, I always forget. As Kenzie was found to have bruises on her and apparently falls over a lot. That's what she's saying herself, which is just a very sus thing to say.
I stand every time I do my eyeliner and my back hurts because the other day I fell down a flight of stairs. Whoever decided to make me tall and clumsy, fuck you, bro. And it's like literally like so embarrassing. Like, I was like not near anyone when this happened, but I like fell down, and it's kind of like a Truman Show moment where it's like, if I'm being recorded right now, that's really embarrassing. Like, really embarrassing. And it's like not the first time that this has happened at my grown age. I've like fallen down the stairs like once or twice or 3 times. My back is just really tender. It's bruised a little bit. It's not that bad anymore. This happened like 4 days ago, but I also broke my nail. I literally got them done the day before that this happened, but it's lifting a little bit. Okay, now we're at the home stretch.
And all of this just did not look good for Jake Webber at all. And a lot of people were saying how they're probably just into like freaky sex stuff, and that's why she has some bruises on her. Maybe she has a condition where she bruises easily, etc, etc. From my understanding, from the comments that I was getting a lot of my videos talking about, a lot of people weren't really taking it that seriously. They're just like, oh, it's just, you know, there's some obvious explanation for it. But I just find it weird, because that, then this, all of it adding up does just not look that great for Jake Webber. And of course, let me say it again, none of this is confirmed. None of this is facts. This is all alleged. None of it's been proven. It's just what's been blown up in the internet. These are just tweets, and it's all just speculation, guys, okay? But another point that I thought about that was very interesting for me is, in the past, Jake Webber and Tariami have said that they had the most healthy relationship ever.
I always thought that we were the healthiest relationship ever. We had no problems. We bickered like normal people do. We never had jealousy problems. Everything was so great.
And it makes you wonder if maybe it was almost too healthy and happy with Jake Webber, perhaps, and that's part of the reason why they broke up in the first place. Perhaps Jake Webber was one of those people who likes, you know, freaky sex stuff and likes a bit of drama in the relationship. Tariami didn't give him that. You know, you do get those kinds of people who don't like boring relationships, boring, healthy, stable relationships. They find that boring. They like fighting. They like doing wild things to keep it alive for them both. Maybe Jake Webber is just one of those people. Who knows? But it's interesting how all of these rumors with Jake Webber, with Kenzie and his other ex, none of that really came out of Tariami, because they seem to be in a very like healthy, stable relationship for all them years. Anyway, the whole situation's really strange, and like I said, I think it's even weirder that we've just had the whole Kenzie getting bruises situation, and now we've had this. It's just, you know, one thing after another. It's not really looking that great for Jake Webber, is it? But once again, like I said, all speculation. Who knows? Nothing's confirmed, so it is what it is. But I just wanted to do this video to keep you guys all updated. Let me know down below, what do you guys think of all of this mess? I want to hear from you guys. Let's have a kiki, let's have a chit chat in the comments. And that's everything for this video, guys. So like and subscribe to my channel for more of me. I know you want to, baby. Hit the bell notification to be notified and pop it on your screen with a new video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.